Alright, welcome everybody to PTU Blue News with your favorite reporter Jan Jansen. I'm here with the sole witness to the death of Scarlett the mother. And so please introduce yourself to us.
My name is Arye. I'm the leader of the Katia. As you said, I'm the sole witness to her death.
Alright, so let's start off with the big one. You witnessed Scarlett's death. How did that go?
Basically, what happened on my end is that I entered the cemetery after reports that she may be there, and I saw a woman in red with a magnum to her head. At the time I asked who she was. She didn't respond, but I knew the voice because I knew her as Catherine, as my time in the Firekeepers. I tried convincing her to stop herself from shooting herself, but unfortunately my efforts were for nothing.
There are people that say you killed her.
Is there? I don't know what to tell that. I guess being the sole witness, there's no proof that I did or did not do it, but I assure you I would not shoot a person like that.
Are you going to deal with those accusations or are you going to let it slide?
I'm going to deal with them how I have to. I'm not going to kill people over it or fight over it. I'm sure that people will eventually understand that if I tell the story over and over, that hopefully that will understand that I'm not the kind of person to do that. I did not see Scarlett as a bad person. She was not worthy of death to me. She was a troubled woman that needed help.
Well, people might say you're not trustworthy because you faked your death with the black ball. Was that voluntary, or did they force that fake death on you?
I was actually the one that came up with the idea as a way to protect those who were involved from the wrath of the Gilligans. It was during that time that I used to search actually for Chelsea of the PTU, as well as to look for another person, another contract on. I used the time constructively. It was not because I was afraid of the Gilligans. It was because with my death, with them believing my death, excuse me, they would they would be off my back and I'd be able to do something productive on my contracts in the meantime.
Alright. I'm going to assume this fake death hurt your startup of the Kfir group.
It did. The Kafir were basically informed of my faking of death. They were aware of it. They left. They were quiet as they were told to do. I hope that nobody holds it against them, and that if they have a problem with it, that they approach me instead.
More on the Kfir. You had some trouble claiming some land. How did that go? What happened?
Yes. I met with Sally, I believe his name is, the leader of the Kafanos, and we discussed an agreement in which that I would get the claim of commenced, and I believe got his Zeno to themselves.
Alright, what are your plans going forward with the Kfir?
The plans going forward is to do what our mission is to clear the land of bad people, but also to protect those who deserve to be protected.
Why form a completely new group for that? I mean, you've got the Guardians, the Firekeepers, the Brotherhood, Duty. They all claim to do the same thing, basically.
We are similar to them, but we're not exactly like them. The Kafir are more nomadic, nothing against the fact that they have land claims. Kamensk is more of an area where people, if they want to meet with me, they can. I plan on traveling around, and we also do things that maybe other groups would seem as less than desirable in actions.
Such as?
I guess to start with it, to not get instantaneous anger out of groups, is that I am a man who I will say does bad things to bad people. There's lines that the Firekeepers won't cross, or there's lines the Guardians won't cross. I'm not afraid of harming someone before killing them if I think that they deserve it or if they have information that I need. If unfortunately the way the world works now is these bad people use guerrilla warfare. If we don't use it as well, we're never going to beat them.
So this means torture.
Mm, not necessarily always torture. Perhaps keeping them prisoner for a while until they wish to speak. I like to think that sometimes it may be a little bit messed up for those who don't understand, but I try to make my people I kill feel what their victims did. If so be fear, whether it be pain, something that they understand that what their actions have caused and what brought them to that point.
Aren't you afraid you will cross a line doing that? Line you would want to cross?
I am. I am indeed. But unfortunately, sometimes my anger gets the better of me. I try to be a stoic man. I try to be a man that doesn't get angered easily. But inside of me weighs a beast, so to speak. I don't call myself Arye because myself am a lion. I have the fury of one when I'm upset. So I try to stay calm so I don't do these kinds of actions plenty.
What if people want to join your kafir? What are the requirements and how would they go about it?
Requirements are simple. It's to be a good man and to want to fight for the cause. You don't need to be the best fighter. You can train. You don't have to be the best navigator. You will learn. All I seek is that you seek to learn and seek to do well. If they want to join, they contact myself, whether it be over private radio or reach to me over public radio. If I have a radio on me, I'm usually on the public frequency. Uh, I just want them to understand that it's not a safe job and we don't make plenty of friends. The kind of work is the work as a mercenary. You don't have people trust you very often.
Do you have any advice to fellow survivors?
Realize in this time the concept of good and bad is extremely blurred. One action does not make a person a bad person. It's the multiple actions or it's the intention. Don't be afraid to fight for what you believe is right, just as long as you know that there's a line you cannot cross.
Alright, final question. Is there any song you'd like to recommend to fellow survivors out there?
Perhaps I should pick the song that I think influences me the most, which is Run Through the Jungle by CCR.
Well, thank you very much, Arye, and we'll be hopefully seeing a lot of you. This is
Appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
problem. This is Jan Jansen for Blue News, signing out.